2 years ago, I voted for Commissioner O'Reilly. I've known him for 20 years. He's a conservative. He's a Republican. I voted for him. Commissioner Rosenworcel 2 years ago was promised to vote. By unanimous consent, we can bring that vote up on the floor this afternoon so that Commissioner Rosenworcel doesn't have that cloud, you know, that is unnecessarily over her head. And I would ask on a bipartisan basis that we confirm her by unanimous consent out on the Senate floor. We can do it immediately. And I just think it's an important statement for the committee to make. This is a this is a relic of the past. It's a typical satellite or telco set-top box. But it's today. This could be in your house 20 years ago. This could be in your house today. An investigation led by Senator Blumenthal and I found that, one, approximately 99% of all American pay TV subscribers rent this set-top box from their pay TV provider. Two, these subscribers spend, on average, $89 a year renting a single set-top box. But the average household spends $232 a year on set-top box rental fees, renting about 2.5 boxes. In other words, over 10 years, the average family is paying $2,300 to rent this box. $2,300. That's a good business to be in. The set-top box rental market may be worth more than $19.5 billion per year. Now, this little device I have here in my hand, it's an Amazon Fire Stick. It cost $40 for a consumer to purchase. And there are many other devices like this out there, such as Roku, Chromebox, Apple TV. Consumers today can use these devices to watch content from multiple sources, Hulu, Netflix, for which they also pay. But this device cannot play the programming package that consumers pay for each month from their cable, satellite, or telco provider. Put another way, the only way for a consumer, the approximately 100 million households who subscribe to pay TV, is to watch the programming that they have paid for, is to rent a box from their cable, satellite, or telco company. Consumers cannot watch their pay TV programming on these third-party boxes. $2,300 every 10 years for this. Good business. So that's what the FCC is considering right now. How do we transition to the modern technology and not an archaic technology? We did it with the black rotary dial phone. You don't have to rent that anymore from the telephone company. You go down to the store and buy one. We had to change the laws. On programming, the program there was a big controversy in 1992 because actually rural Americans wanted 18-inch satellite dishes, but the cable industry wasn't willing to sell HBO and Showtime and CNN to them. So we had to change the laws so that those 18-inch dishes could get access to the programming. It has to be reasonable. That's the standard. But we changed the law. Who would imagine a world today without DirecTV? Huh? Who would imagine that world? We had to create it because it needed access to the programming. So this device is something that only the FCC now can do something about. The FCC's proposal will ensure that through an app created by the cable company, the cable programming package can be played on this third-party device so consumers aren't forced to continue paying exorbitant rental fees. It's that simple. That's what this debate is all about. We don't want consumers to be forced to rent a box from their paid TV provider in perpetuity when they can buy a device that gets the same job done. That lack of choice has to end now. So, Chairman Wheeler, you've heard these concerns on programming, on copyright. We had the same issues back with the 18-inch satellite dish, but we worked it out. We created a standard that worked. So talk about how open you are to finding a common-sense solution that can work so that over the next 14 days, the consumers can be freed from these chains that have been binding them since the day they first had a cable system installed in their house.
Thank you very much, Senator. I hope that the significant departure from structure but not from principle, that our new proposal represents is a real-life indication of how we are willing and seeking to resolve remaining concerns while allowing that chain to be chopped.
Thank you. And again, if anyone wants to continue to rent this for the rest of their life, they're going to be allowed to under the law. No one's going to stop them from paying another $2,300
And the interesting
over the
thing,
next 10 years.
the
They
interesting
still have
thing-
options.
The interesting thing I read in Business Week a couple of weeks ago is that Comcast is shipping 40,000 set-top boxes a day right now.
So that's our job and your job, to find this common sense solution. But we have to find a solution. We did it for 18-inch satellite dish. We did it for the black rotary dial phone. Past commissions found the answer. That's your job, and I urge you to do it in the next 2 weeks. I think the American people will say that's one of the greatest days in the history of the commission to be freed from this kind of a chain. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Senator from Massachusetts, hold up that Amazon Fire Stick again. Okay, all right, there it is. The letter from Amazon to the FCC is opposed to this proposal, by the way. Just point of fact.
I will add one more fact. All of the programmers back in 1992 opposed having to sell their programming to the 18-inch satellite dish. The Discovery came in to me and said, we don't want to be able to have to sell to the satellite dish. I said, you can write a note to me in 5 years when you have like 4 Discovery channels up on a satellite. Okay? I understand you've gotten a call that you can't refuse, but we all know that the only way this works is if we, that is the government, steps in to free up these programmers so that they can sell it to as many devices as possible.
It's not often that a company opposes their self-interest, but their statement here to the FCC is that the process to create such a license and oversight body will delay competition and delay customers from receiving the MVPD services they already pay for on the device of their choice.
Yeah.
That's their statement.
That is a concern.
Senator-
That is a concern about the licensing board. It is not a concern about whether or not this device should be able to process the
licensing part
the
is-
CNN, the HBO, and we can work out this licensing board issue. And these commissioners are brilliant, and they have a capacity to be able to resolve.
Well, it would be good if they would work that out, and it would be good if they would also publish that so people could see it before they adopt it. Next up is Senator Gardner.